Hey YouTube, Southwest252 here with another video, and this time it's a little bit of a different video. I will be doing a comparison between the 2009 and the 2020 Gemini Jets releases of the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 and the Illinois 1 livery. Before I get into that, I would just like to say I would really appreciate it if you checked out my Instagram. The link for that will be in the description below, and also please consider subscribing if you're new to my channel for a lot more videos. So we're going to start off, I'll just show you the two models side by side. So the new release is this one on, the old release is this one on the left. It has the canyon blue tail. It is in the older mold that they used prior to 2015. They also used it for the Colorado 1 and Tennessee 1 release, although they had added the antennas and modified the landing gear slightly, and also for that Alaska 737 release. This is the newer release on the right, brand new release, just came out December 2020. This is in the new mold. It does have the antennas, Wi-Fi box, rolling gear, the two wing piece mold that goes right into the fuselage, unlike this release where it's the under cradle bit. But both models are a fantastically produced. The paint on both is spot on. Like I said, the 2009 release does have the canyon blue livery tail, and the 2020 release does have the heart livery tail. Unfortunately, this aircraft was retired in September 2020, and the registration of this aircraft being November 918 Whiskey November. I'm sure it will be coming back very soon, hopefully, either on another 737-700, or it's also been said possibly a MAX 7, but I would probably bet on another 700. But so the differences, obviously the mold, you can tell the winglets on the newer release are a little bit more blended in with the wing. I prefer the new mold better. And the landing gear is another, I'll pull it up here so you can see the landing gear is a bit different as well. You can see on the old release, they aren't rubber, do not roll, but that's how they all look. Then on the new release, they are rubber and do roll. You can see down below there. The paint on both of them is exactly the same. So if you're just going off the main livery, if you have the old one, unless you want the new one as well, it's exactly the same other than the mold. If you also care about the mold, you might want to get the new one as well. Obviously, the new one has the heart livery tail, I've mentioned a couple times now, and then also one smaller difference that you may not have noticed. The new release on the right has the heart logo right by the L1 door, and on the right side as well. The older release does not have that because obviously it was not in the heart livery. The font actually is the same for the Illinois 1 titles at the front. Most of the special liveries with the heart livery tail have the new font, the same as Heart 1 and Heart 2. But Illinois 1 and then Lone Star 1 and Triple Crown 1 still have the old font. Not sure why that is. I'm sure once Illinois 1 gets repainted onto a new plane, it will have that new font. So it will be slightly different than this model. And of course, Maryland 1, Colorado 1, and Nevada 1 still have the old font because they are in the canyon blue tail livery. But once they get repainted, it will be in the new font as well. But that's really it for the differences. I'll give you the side views of each, or of both of the models, side by side. So that is the right side view. That is the rear view of each. There are the left views. And the front views, there's the new release. and the old release. And I'll put them facing each other, and I'll give you a view of the top view of both of them. And then one by one, I'll show you the bottom. This is the old release. You can see the crease where the wing piece goes across the bottom. But then the new release, as it is the newer mold, you don't see that. Got the Gemini Jets logo in the stand hole there. I'll give a more detailed view of this one, since this one I haven't reviewed before. You can see the nose gear. There is that antenna there, and as well as on the top, and the Wi-Fi box on the top as well. Move to the back. This one does have a tiny paint defect. It's probably just on my model, not all of them. There's that one teeny little white spot there. It's not too big of a deal since it's on the bottom. The doors for the APU, and then the APU itself all the way in the back. And I just want to go over the boxes real quick. They're actually pretty similar. Obviously, on the old release, you have the Canyon Blue computer-generated image. On the newer release, the Heart Livery one, and the image is slightly bigger as well. They both have the Gemini Jets logo, made for collectors by collectors. Obviously, the newer one has the newer font. Just the different Southwest logos and Boeing 737-700. They're both officially licensed Southwest products. The item number of the old release is GJ-SWA897. And then on the new release is GJ-SWA1952. Here's the back of the box of the new release. And don't forget to check out the Gemini Jets social media. And then this is a December 2020 release. The old one is a 2009 release. I believe it's either January or February. But that's really it for the differences between the two boxes. Both of these models are very amazing. If you can find the new one, if it's still in stock, I would recommend getting it. And also, if you can find the old one, that's not too expensive. They go for crazy amounts on eBay. But if you can find the old release for a cheaper one, that would also be nice if you can't get a hold of the new one. I never gave a rating to the old release because I didn't do ratings back then. But now with this new one, they're both going to get a score of 30 out of 30. Obviously, I do prefer the new mold a little bit better, but for the time that the old one was released, that's what they had, so I can't really knock it for that. There's really nothing wrong with either of them. There was that tiny paint problem on the new release one that I have, but that's not really that big of a deal. Both of these will be getting a score of 30 out of 30. But that's going to be it for this comparison video. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's the first time I've ever done a comparison, I think. So this was new for me. If any more releases like this in the future come out, where there's two releases of the same model, they've re-released Illinois 1, so maybe they'll do that with Lone Star 1, Arizona 1, maybe. So I can review the old 300 releases with the new 700 if they do that. So please let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see that in the future, if that does indeed happen. But that's really going to be it for this review slash comparison. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below and consider subscribing. And also, again, I would really appreciate it if you checked out my Instagram, and the link for that will be in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can give us your attention for just a few minutes, we'd like to point out the safety features of this Boeing 737-800. To fasten your seatbelt, slide that flat metal end into the buckle. To release, lift up on the buckle. Position the belt low in